गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफ यू। नमस्ते बच्चों, खुश रहो बिटियाओं। माई सेल्फ ओम प्रकाश, फैकल्टी ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स अंडर फैकल्टी ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड मैथोलॉजी. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on group theory, and we will discuss some theorems on cosets, which are the topic of group theory under the section subgroup of a group, which are taught in BSc BA PCM 6th semester student. These are the lesson planning which are already discussed in my previous class. These are the steps for planning a lesson, and these are the components of lesson plan. Now, this stream comes from the science stream under mathematics, and the name of the topic is group theory, under which we have to discuss some theorems on cosets. Now, today I'm going to discuss a theorem on cosets which also correlate with the subgroup of a group G. Let H be a subgroup of a group G, then we have to prove 3 points. First one is if right coset is equals to the subgroup, this implies that A belongs to the subgroup. If the left coset is equals to the subgroup, this implies that A belongs to subgroup. And the second one is if the left coset of A is equals to the left coset of B, then AB inverse belongs to the subgroup H. Similarly, if the right coset of A and the right coset is equals to the right coset of B, this implies that A inverse B belongs to H. That means if we use left coset, AB inverse belongs to H, and when we use the right coset, A inverse B belongs to H. This must be noted down. Now, the third case is if the left coset of A, or it may be the right coset of A, is a subgroup of G. That means if the coset of a subgroup H is also a subgroup of a G, if and only if A belongs to H. If and only if A belongs to H. Now, we want to prove all these things with the help of above discussed concept. Now let H equals to H. The first part of this theorem. Now let H equals to H. That means the right coset of H. Sorry, the right coset of A equals to the subgroup of H. The right coset of A is equals to the subgroup of that C. Then we have to prove that A must be belongs to the subgroup. Then A must be belongs to the subgroup. Since identity element E belongs to H, because H is a subgroup, this implies that E star A belongs to H A. E star A belongs to H A by definition of right coset, which implies that EA belongs to, that means E star A belongs to H implies that A belongs to H, implies that A belongs to H, implies that A belongs to H. That means the property of identity element. The property of identity element. Again, let A belongs to H. Conversely, we prove these things. Again, let A belongs to H. Then we saw that HA equals to A. HA equals to H. That means the right coset of A equals to the subgroup of the group H. Then we let X belongs to HA. Then let X belongs to HA. That means the right coset, element of right coset. This implies that X equals to HA by definition of cosets for some H belongs to H. Now H belongs to H. Obviously H belongs to H and A belongs to H, which are already taken. Then H star A belongs to H, and H star A is nothing but equals to X, implies that X belongs to H, implies that H is a subset of H, H is a subset of H. Again, let Y belongs to H. Since A belongs to H, since A belongs to H, therefore we can write YA inverse belongs to H, YA inverse belongs to H by the property of subgroup of a group. That means it's also a theorem of subgroup. This implies that YA inverse equals to H for some H belongs to H, and this implies that Y equals to HA belongs to HA. Y equals to small HA belongs to right coset of A. This implies that H subset of HA. Now we will take this as equation 1, H a subset of H, and H subset of A, HA will be taken as equation 2. Then from equation 1 and 2 we have HA equals to H. HA equals to H. Is that clear? Now we are moving to the proof of second part, where it is given that H equals to HB implies that AB inverse belongs to H. That this is for the right coset. Similarly, for the left coset, AH equals to BH implies that A inverse B belongs to H. This is for the left coset, and first one is for the right coset. Now, first of all, we are going to prove the for the right coset. Now, H equals to HB given implies that multiplying both sides with B inverse, we get HAB inverse equals to HAB inverse equals to HB B inverse. By commutativity, we will take this bracket into AB inverse and this into BB inverse. Then BB inverse becomes E, the identity element. B star B inverse equals to E, property of inverse, or you can say identity element. It will become identity element. Then HAB inverse equals to HE, and E is identity. Then we can say that HAB inverse equals to H. HAB inverse equals to H. This implies that HAB inverse equals to H. This implies that AB inverse belongs to H. By the first part, if HA belongs to equals to H, then A belongs to H. Similarly, HA inverse equals to H. H of AB inverse equals to H, then AB inverse belongs to H from the first property of this theorem. Now, we are going to prove the last one. Now, if A belongs to H, then we can say that H equals to H, which is a subgroup from the first property. Conversely, if HA is a subgroup of G, If HA is the subgroup of G, then E belongs to HA, and thus the right coset HA and HE have an element E in common, and hence HA equals to HE equals to the subgroup H itself. This implies that A belongs to H. This comes from the first one part of this theorem. Corresponding result for the left coset can be solved similarly. This is your home assignment. Hence, it proves the theorem. Now, we are going to define one new terminology which are called index in a group theory. Let G be a group and H a subgroup of G. Let G be a group and H a subgroup of G. Then you know already that H is also a group, and hence the index H in G, the index H in G is the number of distinct right or left cosets of H. Distinct right or left coset of H in G. That means the collection of all right coset, distinct right coset, the collection of all distinct right coset of H in G is called the index of H in G. Index of H in G, and is denoted by I of H in G or G semicolon colon H. And now with the help of Lagrangian theorem, which are discussed in your last class, we see that for a group G, if H is a subgroup of a group G, then the collection of right coset of or left cosets, distinct right cosets or left cosets must be equals to the order of G by order of H, order of G by order of H, which are written as index of a subgroup H on a group G. The index of a subgroup H on a group G is equals to order of G by order of H, order of G by order of H. And you already know that the order of G, what is the order of G and order of H? Order always defined for a finite group. Order always defined for a finite group. And we already said that if G is finite group, then index of a subgroup H over a group G is equals to order of a group G by order of a subgroup of a group, order H of a subgroup of a group G. And hence it is obvious that for an infinite group G, this relation cannot hold. And if G is an infinite group and have a subgroup H, then H is not equal to G with finite index. With finite index. With finite index. That means these formula holds only for a finite group, not for an infinite group. This formula holds only for a finite group, not for a infinite group. Now this is the theorem on cosets, and one more definitions we all have discussed. Now this session powered by the digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, and I hope you are satisfied with my this digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box and I will try to solve it. Thank you.